and welcome in here to today's BSN Public versus Private Girls Basketball Showcase, hosted by St. Mary's High School. Today's matchup features the Randolph Cardinals and the Sacred Heart Sharks. Now, before we tip off, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Buffalo Sports Network, North Delaware Printing, Conquer Partners, Zito Movers, Premier Concrete and Landscapes, Frequency Group, the Kakala team of Hunt Real Estate, Full Court Hoops, and Timeless LLC. We want to thank them for making today's showcase possible. Now, we've got the Randolph Cardinals and the Sacred Heart Sharks. Randolph, they come into this game with a 4-3 record on a 1-game losing streak. They had a 3-game winning streak snapped last night in this building against St. Mary's of Lancaster, 73-53 on the season. They are averaging 58.3 points per game and giving up 49.3. Last night, they gave up a season-high 73 against St. Mary's of Lancaster. Sacred Heart, they are 4-4 on a 1-game winning streak entering this game, but they have won 3 of their last 4 on the season. They're averaging 54.1 points per game. They put up a season-high 70 in their last game, and they are allowing 367 points on the season, or 45.9 per game. They allowed a season-low 20 last game and allowed only 21 points 2 games before that. So now let's bring in my color man, Tim Linder. By the way, I'm Tanner Saunders. I'll be your play-by-play voice. But Tim, these two teams here, Randolph, Sacred Heart, we were talking a little bit before airtime. What do you know about these two teams?
Yeah, just getting underway here, but Randolph, of course, coming in, defending Class C state finalists from a season ago, return quite a bit of talent from that team as they start off with a quick bucket from Sadie Stewart. So they're certainly looking to get back to the regionals and states potentially this season in Class C. Sacred Heart, a bit of a rebuilding year, lost a couple of really tremendous players from the season ago that are both playing at the college level. So some of their secondary scoring from the season ago, like Grace Katerina and Brooke Personius, among others, will have to step up this season, and today for sure to carry more of the scoring and leadership load here for the Sharks.
Now here comes Randolph up the floor, already holding the 2-0 advantage. It was Sadie Stewart that opened the scoring ledger for the first time this game. Now it'll be Randolph to inbound here after a little stoppage here. Ref coming on the floor, make sure everything's all right.
And Stewart looks to be favoring her ankle or foot area. She missed a couple games early in the season, but came on really strong last night against a really tremendous St. Mary's team and scored a career-high double figures last night, looking to build on that this afternoon against Sacred Heart.
And now there's the dish by Harrington down low. Finds Sadie Stewart again, who is fouled. So it's been a busy first opening minute here for Sadie Stewart, and now she will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, just camping out in the paint on that possession. Again, still favoring something on her, it looks to be her left foot area, but it's going to stay out there for now.
Knocks down the first free throw.
Randolph's really played a tremendous and tough schedule so far. You mentioned they have 3 losses. Those 3 losses coming to 1 to O'Hara and twice to St. Mary's. Two of, if not the top teams currently in Western New York. And they also have a couple of great wins under their belt, including over defending MMA champion Nichols a few weeks back. So Class C school, but really scheduling some of the best teams in the area thus far this season is Randolph.
And now it'll be Anna Ratchuk at the line for Sacred Heart, looking to get them on the board, and she does so.
Yeah, Ratchuk really has exploded on the scene this season, averaging over 15 points per game for Sacred Heart in her, I believe it's her first varsity season with the Sharks. So.
And now ball knocked out of bounds there. It'll stay with the Sharks here. And now there's a shot and bucket good. That is Grace Katerina knocks down the triple And now it's a 1-point ball game. Here comes Randolph quickly up into the front court. This is Skylar Harrington. Tees one up, and that one is no good. And now hustle for the loose ball. It is kept in bounds, but it's going to be stolen away by Sacred Heart. And now here they come racing up the floor, trying to go coast to coast in with the layup. And a foul is going to be called there, but Brooke Personius turns on the Jets and gets to the rim.
Yeah, back-to-back three-point attempts there, one for each team. Katarina getting one to go with a smooth three-point shooter. She's one of the top three-point threats in West New York, and Skylar Harrington coming down on the other side with an attempt of her own. Personius makes the first free throw. Look out for plenty of threes and shots from well behind the arc in this one. Two really good three-point shooting teams.
Personius, the second one is good. So now it is 6-3, the Sacred Heart lead. Now up ahead comes Randolph. That is not the person you want to leave wide open on the wing, and that's exactly why there is Skylar Harrington cans it from downtown.
Yeah, just a freshman, but really one of the top scoring threats in all of Section 6 is Harrington.
And now here's Sacred Heart on their end. Here's Personius, kicks it out to the wing. Now she'll get it right back at the top of the key. Back over to the wing, looking to drive. Now the kick out. And here is a wing triple attempt, and that is good. Anna Ratchuk knocks one down.
4 straight possessions with a three-point attempt here.
Here's Harrington, is able to get that one up to Quinn Pence. Now here comes Pence into the front court, kicks it out to the corner, and now that's going to be a travel there on Gianna Bowles. So the turnover by Randolph. I'll give it to Sacred Heart.
Yeah, and Randolph is just fine playing this really hectic style of pace, up and down. You know, shooting threes, defending, picking up teams full court and pushing the pace. But you know, Sacred Heart is a really guard-heavy team, has some really strong veteran guards and good athletes and stuff. So this one could be played at a really high pace for the full 32 minutes.
Looking for a drive, nothing there. Now skips it over to the left wing, now left corner. Here's the baseline drive. The shot is no good. Offensive rebound and the stick back. Nicely done there by Emily Bacon.
Yeah, really solid presence in the paint as Emily Bacon came over from O'Hara, played at O'Hara a year ago, and now transferred to Sacred Heart, but she's going to be their main post presence and rebounding threat for the Sharks this evening.
Now here comes Sacred Heart after the Randolph turnover, and there's a deflection, results in a steal for Randolph. Now here they come up the floor. This is Gianna Bowles, gets to the cup and puts it in.
Gianna Bowles has really been stepping up the past couple of games in the absence of the injured Peyton Morrison. Had to play a much larger role over the past few games as Bowles, and she's really thrived in her role as a lead wing.
3-point attempt and then layup attempt, no good there by Randolph. Now in transition, Bowles is left open again. That one just grazes off the front of the rim. Now here comes Sacred Heart, and there's that frenetic pace we were talking about. There's a nice dish underneath the basket. The shot is no good, and the rebound is loose, being fought for and out of bounds. It'll stay with Sacred Heart.
Yeah, ball out of bounds. Time to take a breath here. It's really a back and forth. Not even 4 minutes into the game here.
Off the inbound, it's going to result in a 3-point attempt. That one is no good, and now another loose ball, jump ball is going to be called, and the possession arrow stays with Sacred Heart.
Oh, the jump there. 3 or 4 players all had it tied up. Tough to see what exactly occurred there, but Sacred Heart remains the ball.
There's another 3-point attempt off the inbound. That one is no good, and collision there. Oh, geez. Everybody getting a little tied up there, but everyone makes it to their feet now without incident. There's a foul called out of all of that, so it'll be Randolph ball heading back the other way.
Yeah, you spoke of a football score at the halftime of our first game. This is resembling a football game at times here. Tie-ups and players on the floor and back and forth air raid type of attack here.
Here's Skylar Harrington trying to create some space for herself in the corner. Now forced to pick up the dribble on the baseline. Has it tied up. Jump ball is going to be called. And the possession arrow favors Randolph.
Good rotation there from Bacon and I believe it was Ratchuk to trap Harrington along On the baseline. She had nowhere to go with that.
There's the inbound. This is Gianna Bowles. Her shot is no good. Now the rebound kicked out to Harrington. Straightaway triple. That one off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound is saved, and a foul is called on the floor as they wave off the shot attempt there.
Tremendous effort there from Pence. Looked like she was just about all of her body out of bounds and able to tip that one back to Bowles, who draws a foul.
So now Randolph will set up to inbound from the baseline here. They get it into Quinn Pence. Now here's Pence looking to drive inside. Kick out to Harrington. And Harrington's going to get a screen. Now drives inside. Harrington wild layup. Goes halfway down and out. Now it's rebounded by Sacred Heart. This is Ratchuk looking to push the pace. Gets to the cup and flips it in.
Strong drive from Ratchuk there over the defending Zoe Dickerson from Randolph, but a great finish.
Now here's Harrington, the drive, the dish, ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Randolph. Here's Pence. Her inbound attempt is batted away. Now here comes Anna Radchuk. She's got a wide open lane to the rim and is able to finish again. Anna Radchuk now with 8 of Sacred Heart's 15.
Sacred Heart really turning the tables on Randolph. Like I said, Randolph, a team who usually likes to get in the passing lanes and create easy opportunities, but Sacred Heart is doing just that.
Pence pulls up from 3. That one is no good. It's rebounded by Sacred Heart, looking to push the pace again. Here's Anna Radchuk. She's had the hot hand these past couple possessions. Now we'll give it up. They swing it over to the far wing. And now there's a pass that's batted, but Sacred Heart able to keep it on their end of the floor. Now trying to feed the post. That one is broken up and stolen there by Sadie Stewart.
Good read there by Stewart to get her hand in the passing lane.
Here's Harrington, kicks it out. This is going to be a Gianna Bowles 3. It's off the front of the rim short, and the rebound is going to be pulled down by Sacred Heart. It was Olivia Zablocki. Now here comes Anna Radchuk, loses it, ball's on the ground, and foul called.
Sacred Heart going with 2 posts in the game here. Interesting strategy so far, both Bacon and Zukowski.
Randolph has called a timeout here. Timeout's brought to you by Leisure Accents, I should say. And right now, it is the Sacred Heart Sharks leading Randolph 15-8 so far early on. 2:16 left in this first period. Tim, what have been your thoughts so far in this first period?
Well, can't really ask for a better start, in my opinion, if you're the Sharks here. They've been pushing the pace. They've been attacking the rim. Randolph maybe a bit slow out of the gates, having just played last night. I believe they did stay in town up here in Erie County, not make the long drive back and forth in the span of about 12 hours. But they have had some open looks. Harrington, I believe 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far. Just got to get it. Randolph's got to get into their sets a little bit more. It's been a hectic opening, almost 6 minutes here, but impressive from Sacred Heart. Really attacking the rim well and playing with a high level of energy.
They picked up right where they left off. I mentioned coming off a season-high 70 points in their last game against the Charter School of Applied Technologies. Is Sacred Heart.
Yeah, they've also played, speaking of Randolph's tough schedule, Sacred Heart's played a really tough slate to open the season, and they've played large schools such as Clarence and Lancaster, both in the large school top 10, and have a solid win over Will North, and also played down in a tournament down in Warren, PA against a couple of solid squads from Pennsylvania, so they're certainly well tested.
So here is Randolph out of the timeout. There's Gianna Bowles. Gets it to Stewart. Now here's Harrington going to drive. Here is the dish. Pence puts the ball on the floor, but traveled there. So another Randolph turnover.
Yeah, better ball movement that position from Randolph, but Pence just got caught up a little bit, just left her feet before he let go of that shot for travel.
Now here's Sacred Heart, corner 3 on the way. That one is no good. There's the offensive rebound by Anna Radchuk, and she creates some space for herself and puts the layup in. She's now in double figures already in this first quarter.
I mentioned averaging 15 points on the season per game, and already in double figures. Impressive start for Randolph.
Here's a little hop step into the lane, and that shot might have been blocked, but it goes right out to Harrington. Sidestep triple is no good. Rebound taken by Sacred Heart. Now they put it on the ground, and it's Stewart. Kicks it out to Quinn Pence. Lines up the three. That one is no good. Harrington skies in, trying to get that rebound there.
Yeah, three's not falling so far for Randolph, but a good effort from Harrington to get into the paint and grab that rebound, get good position in front of Zarkowski and draw a foul.
There's Quinn Pence to inbound for Randolph momentarily here. Oh no, now they're gonna send Harrington to the free throw line, it looks like.
Yeah, I think that was the 5th team foul on Sacred Heart, so 2 shots for Harrington. Stewart exits, but looks like it might just be a nose issue for her. She seems okay.
First shot's good for Skylar Harrington.
First one is good for Harrington. And the second one is good, so number 10 makes it 10 points now for Randolph. They trail Sacred Heart here. Now on the inbound, breaking out a little bit of a full court press here is Randolph, but able to cross the timeline. Not so fast, as that's broken up and stolen. Gianna Bowles shovels it back to Harrington. Here goes Harrington, little hesitation. Now spinning inside, lefty layup high off the glass is no good, and rebounded by Sacred Heart.
Yeah, a bit of a force there. She may have been better served to kick it out from open 3, but Randolph is trying to create something here.
Here's a three-point attempt. That one short off the front of the rim, but the offensive rebound kept alive and kicked out to Anna Radchuk. Now out top, a couple steps behind the arc. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, not the player you want to leave open no matter how far behind the three-point line. This Grace Katarina, one of the purest shots in the area for sure. Her second three-pointer of the game already.
That is correct. That makes it 20-10. Now here's a Gianna Bowles three. That one is no good, but the rebound is tipped right to a Randolph player. Shot won't go, but a foul. It was Ryan Bushy.
Sharks continuing their really strong start here, already up to 20 points. Still 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Very impressive.
That puts Ryan Bushy at the line. First one is good. And now 19.2 remaining in this first period. Here's the second free throw for Ryan Bushy, and it is good.
Second shot good for Bushy.
You know, that ball on the inbound deflected by Randolph.
Randolph again showing a full court press, trying to create something here.
Sacred Heart on the inbound, able to get it into Katarina, being trapped, has that one taken away, and the layup is good there by Gianna Bowles.
They do create a turnover, good hands by Bowles, and an easy lay-in.
And now here comes Radchuk racing up the floor. Now with 3 seconds left, skips it over to the wing, got to get a shot up, and they're not going to have the opportunity to do so. So that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. It is Sacred Heart 20, Randolph 14. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second quarter. The end of this quarter is brought to you by West Her. Second quarter action coming up right here along Western New York Athletics.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo. Stay up to date on the latest scores across Western New York by visiting WNYathletics.com and use our interactive scoreboard for the latest across Section 6 and Monsignor Martin Association events.
Welcome back here to the BSN Public versus Private Girls Basketball Showcase hosted by St. Mary's High School. Right now we have the Sacred Heart Sharks getting off to a fast and furious start here. They lead Randolph, the Cardinals, 20-14. And in that first quarter, it was Anna Ratchuk. She had 10 points to lead Sacred Heart and also got a couple three-point hits from Grace Katarina, and that is how they find themselves up 20-14 here.
Yeah, impressive start, like I said, from Sacred Heart. They're moving the ball well on offense, creating some turnovers on defense. Randolph just a 6-point deficit, still early, no time to panic. They've been in this position many times before, a veteran and young but veteran team. A lot of experience from a season ago.
And there's a steal. It's taken by Stewart, dishes it out, and that shot comes up short. Now the ball loose over towards the far corner there. It looked like he stepped out of bounds there. Last touch by Randolph, so it'll go to Sacred Heart. And Randolph sticking with that full court press there. Almost got a steal by Harrington, but now Ratchuk brings it up the floor. Now he's going to dish it out to the wing, driving inside, and with the left hand. Nifty finish right there from Brooke Personius.
Really been the story so far. Sacred Heart, on the possessions they've been able to break that Randolph press, they've usually been able to get a really strong opportunity and usually finishing at the rim thus far.
Here comes Quinn Pence driving inside. Kick out to Harrington, wide open triple, cans it.
Yeah, just like I mentioned for Katarina, Harrington not going to miss many open triples.
Now on the other end, here's a baseline drive and dish, and Anna Ratchuk knocks it down.
Late rotation from Randolph leading to another open lane from Ratchuk.
She has half the points now for Sacred Heart, 12 of their 24, and there's a nice finish underneath the rim for Randolph. That one coming courtesy of Zoe Dickerson. And now there's a deflection, but Sacred Heart able to hold on to it. Here is a three-point attempt, and it is good. Katarina.
Katarina cans her third triple of the half already. This one just nobody able to stop the other team thus far in the second quarter. We're going back and forth.
Here comes Quinn Pence on the drive, trying to spin. Now kicks it out. Here's a Sadie Stewart triple. That one is no good. Now ball batted around, and it looks like foul going to be called.
Should be a foul on number 15, Ryan Bushy.
Yeah, Bushy picks up the over-the-back call there on the rebound attempt.
6:05, Sacred Heart inbound.
It'll be Sacred Heart to inbound, 6:05 remaining in the second period. Sacred Heart leading 27-19 as here's the long pass on the inbound play. And here comes Personius up the floor. Now that one's going to be stolen away by Skylar Harrington. And here she comes, Harrington. Gets a screen there on the wing. Now is going to drive inside, little hesitation. Gets to the rim with the layup and finishes.
It's a high level, like you mentioned, hesitation on the drive there from Harrington, able to create some space, finish at the rim, prompts a timeout from Sacred Heart.
In Harrington, it was a little bit of a slow shooting start for her, but now she's up to double figures with the three-point hit and then the layup here in this second quarter. So now looks like Randolph maybe starting to find their sea legs a little bit offensively here. Now they just got to string a couple stops together defensively.
Yeah, both teams struggling defensively thus far in the second quarter. We'd look out for, especially on the Randolph side, if they're going to keep this full court press on it, make some potential adjustments here we head into the second quarter and beyond. They're getting their hands on some deflected balls, but when Sacred Heart is able to break that press, like I mentioned, they're really getting their angles correct and able to get some easy looks at the rim and finish.
That timeout brought to you by Leisure Accents. Now Sacred Heart will inbound here out of the timeout. Randolph sticking with the full court press, able to get it up to Brooke Personius. And Personius able to cross the timeline with relative ease there. Now get it over to the near wing to Anna Ratchuk. Now Ratchuk kicks it over to Katarina. And here is a three-point attempt. That one is no good, but the offensive rebound and the putback is good. Emily Bacon, another one.
Bacon using her size advantage well there.
And now here's a triple from Harrington. That one won't fall, but the rebound by Sadie Stewart. Her putback attempt is no good.
Great effort on a one-handed rebound there from Stewart, but just unable to get that putback to fall.
Here comes Sacred Heart. This is Katarina, dishes it off. Now over to Brooke Personius. Gets it to Anna Ratchuk. Now Grace Katarina with the little sidestep triple. That one off the front of the rim and no good. The rebound is corralled by Skylar Harrington.
Bit of a heat check there from Katarina. That one just a bit wide.
Now Harrington, the crossover, the drive. Tried to shovel it to Pence, but it's knocked out of bounds there.
Sacred Heart doing well on a lot of these Randolph drive attempts to either get their hands on the ball or rotate and not allow many easy looks.
Here is Quinn Pence, gives it up to Sadie Stewart. Now Stewart on the drive, shovels it underneath the basket, and the finish is there. Zoe Dickerson.
Really strong look there from Sadie Stewart to cross the paint pass.
Trying to work it down low now is Sacred Heart. Here's the kick out up top to Anna Ratchuk, drives inside. Now the kick out, and Personius pump fakes, drives inside, loses it. Here comes Randolph. Gianna Bowles running that one down, finds Harrington running with her in transition.
Great vision.
That's good for Harrington's 12th point. Now here is Sacred Heart as Ratchuk hits the deck, no foul called. Now here comes Quinn Pence trying to push the pace for Randolph out to Harrington. Checks the wind, and the triple is no good. Off the front of the rim there, just short. And now here comes Personius on the other end, gets inside, but the layup is blocked.
Ejection there from Dickerson. Pace quickening once again here.
3:38 remaining in the second quarter. Here's the inbound for Sacred Heart. Finds its way to Ratchuk. She has her pocket picked there by Gianna Bowles. Now here comes Bowles. Shovels it back to Quinn Pence. Pence on the drive. Pence gets it back to Dickerson there. Her layup is good.
Thought for a half second Randolph was going to slow it down for a bit, but Pence had other ideas as she, with a great baseline drive, and finds Dickerson. Prompts another Sacred Heart timeout.
Sacred Heart got off to the fast and furious start, but now Randolph, like I mentioned, starting to find their sea legs offensively. They've got it down to a 2-point ball game here with 3:23 left in the second quarter. Let's take a quick timeout here, and when we come back, we'll rejoin the action right here on Western New York Athletics.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.
Welcome back here to the BSN Public versus Private Girls Basketball Showcase right here at St. Mary's High School. And we've got an interesting one brewing right here as Randolph trailing now 29-27, but there's a steal. Here's Gianna Bowles, has it in the corner, now gets it back. Sadie Stewart lines up the triple and is fouled from behind, it looked like.
Yeah, looks like Stewart will go to line for three here, but Gianna Bowles really up in the pressure. A third straight steal from Bowles, using her good length in the middle of that press. Paying dividends second quarter here for Randolph.
So now Sadie Stewart will get 3 free throw attempts and is able to make good on the first one. Here's the second one for Stewart. That one short off the front of the rim, no good. And Stewart only able to make good on one of the 3 free throws. Sacred Heart maintains the 29-28 lead here. Now trying to drive inside is Brooke Personius, and she is fouled.
Randolph came with a trap attempt there, but Personius recognized it well and able to drive along the end line before she could get bottled up, draw the foul.
That foul is attributed to Skylar Harrington, and Gianna Bowles nearly came up with another steal right there, but Sacred Heart able to get it into Anna Radchuk. Now driving, Personius, kick out to Katarina, lines up the triple. That one off the front of the rim, short and no good. Rebound tapped around, right into the waiting arms there, and the stick back is good. That was Brianna Bonvisuto.
That really all started with a great crash of the boards from Radchuk, and the ball got tipped to Bonvisuto, was able to lay it in after a few attempts.
Inside, there's a jump ball, and the possession arrow will remain in favor of Randolph. That was Zoe Dickerson trying to make something happen there inside the paint.
Zilkowski maintaining her composure well there, and got a hand on the ball to force a jump.
Here's Harrington in the corner, gets a screen, now curling to the basket. Her shot is no good. It's rebounded by Brianna Bonvisuto.
Another good defensive effort by Zilkowski there to stand straight up without following and force a tough shot from Harrington.
Here is Grace Katarina, gets it up to Anna Radchuk. Now Radchuk being trapped, able to get it out to Bonvisuto. Here is Brooke Personius looking for an outlet, gets it to Katarina. Now they get it to the free throw line, out to the wing, moving the ball all around here and could not make anything happen there. It's going to be a shot clock violation. A little too much ball movement right there from Sacred Heart, so Randolph will get it off of that.
Yeah, much better defense of late here from Randolph. They're looking to trap any chance they can get along the wings and the sidelines here, and that paid dividends there for Randolph, forcing yet another turnover.
Here's Harrington, gives it up to Quinn Pence at the top of the key. Now over to Gianna Bowles. Now here comes Harrington. Little off-ball movement there results in the triple, and Harrington makes good on it.
It's an NBA range make there from Harrington.
It's our
quick turnaround.
Third three-pointer of the half for Skylar Harrington, and now it is tied at 31 all. There's a shot attempt. It's no good. It's rebounded by Sadie Stewart, gets it to Dickerson, and now get it up to Quinn Pence. Here comes Pence. Steps back behind the arc. Now he's just going to loft that one up for Harrington, able to come down with it. Harrington puts up the triple. That one off the backboard and no good. Rebounded by Sacred Heart.
Yeah, really a heat check there from Harrington. Kind of an off-balance attempt there. Another steal from Bowles.
And Bowles has a lane ahead, and Bowles floats it up. No good. And then the follow-up there by Sadie Stewart is blocked out of bounds. It will remain with Randolph.
Another great defensive play from Zilkowski, showing great body control to avoid fouling and get another stuff block.
Quick pass to Zoe Dickerson, and her shot is no good. Rebounded by Personius. Now here she comes. And Personius struggling with the dribble there, able to keep it alive now. Struggling with it along the sideline there, and finally it looks like Gianna Bowles is able to establish possession, and Randolph is going to call a timeout here. It is 31 all with 39.7 remaining in this second period. And now the defense is starting to prevail here a little bit since the last timeout. The offenses have ground to a halt, it seems.
Yeah, Bowles in particular, he's got to have close to a half dozen steals just in the second quarter alone at the top of the Randolph defense. They made a few adjustments in the second quarter, put Bowles at the top of their either man or zone, depending on what they're running. But she's doing a great job to get in the passing lanes, get her hands on a number of Sacred Heart passes here.
4 points for Gianna Bowles, and as you mentioned, a number of steals that have led to a number of fast break opportunities. She's been great for them so far this afternoon.
Yeah, Sacred Heart just a bit slow on some of the ball movement over the past few minutes as compared to the opening 10 or 12 minutes as they had a great start here, but Randolph able to climb back and tie this one up late in the half.
33 on the shot clock, now 20 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. Here's Harrington, kicks it out. Sadie Stewart tees up the triple. That one is no good, and the offensive rebound's going to be pulled down by Dickerson, being swarmed down there. Now just tries to throw it back there to Sadie Stewart, and a foul is going to be called with 19.9.
Just the second team foul on Sacred Heart. There's 2 on Randolph as well this quarter, so Randolph will inbounds from underneath their own basket, or underneath the Sacred Heart basket, rather.
Here's Quinn Pence, gets it in quickly to Zoe Dickerson, trying to get it right back to Pence there.
Quick hands from Bamatsudo. Knocks that one out of bounds.
So they'll try it again here. 17.7 left on the game clock. Shot clock turned off for Randolph. And able to get it into Sadie Stewart. Now out to Skylar Harrington. Thought about it there, but now dishes it. Now working the ball down to Dickerson on the baseline, and she travels with it. So Sacred Heart now looks like we'll get the last shot of the half. 9.6 remaining, barring any turnovers, of course.
Randolph again showing a press late in the half here.
And that one thrown off the backboard inadvertently.
That'll be a turnover, so now Randolph, without any time going off the clock, will get possession back once again.
It'll be Pence to inbound. Pence looking, finds Dickerson under the basket. Nice defensive play coming up with the block there. Emily Bacon.
A couple of strong blocks from Zokowski, like I mentioned, and now Bacon getting in the action. Sacred Heart post players are doing some great paint defense.
Here's Pence, finds Gianna Bowles. She tees up the triple. That one is no good. And now just going to have to throw something up here. Ratchuk fires away and nearly got it to go.
Looked like that one counted, would have counted, but just off the rim.
So that will leave us deadlocked here at 31 at the end of the first half. We will take a timeout here, and when we come back, we'll recap that rather exciting first half and get you set for the second half. But before we go to break, we shall take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Buffalo Sports Network, North Delaware Printing, Conquer Partners, Zito Movers, Premier Concrete and Landscapes, Frequency Group, the Kakala team of Hunt Real Estate, Full Court Hoops, and Timeless LLC. And of course, the end of this quarter is also brought to you by West Her. So we'll throw it to break here, and when we come back, we'll recap the first half, get you set for the second half, right here along Western New York Athletics.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses, and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.
Team West Her, together for the holidays. Open them up, boys.
Mercedes?
BMW.
We thought the limit was $25.
This one's mine, right? Seriously? Club covers?
It's supposed to be all of us. They're handmade.
And the best gift ever. I love it.
Go Team West Her.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For more information, visit www.paulwolfagency.com. You're watching another live stream production by 300 Level Media LLC. 300 Level Media can highlight your business by incorporating commercials, live reads, and corporate logos throughout our WNY Athletics events. WNY Athletics is the premier high school sports streaming service in New York State, covering regular season contests through the state championships and everything in between, with over 1 million views annually. You can find more information about advertising on any of our platforms at WNYathletics.com/become a sponsor. There is now a way to stay up to date on the latest scores across Western New York. You can find more information at WNYathletics.com/scoreboard for the latest across Section 6 and Monsignor Martin Association events.
Hi, my name is Lisa Roosevelt, owner of the Rose Bar and Grill, located at 199 Scott Street, downtown Buffalo, in the heart of the city. It's a great place, friendly atmosphere, have great drinks, have great food, and we have awesome customers. If you come to the Rose, I guarantee you, coming back.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.
Team West Her, together for the holidays. Open them up, boys.
Mercedes? BMW.
We thought the limit was $25.
This one's mine, right? Seriously? Club covers?
It's supposed to be all of us. They're handmade.
And the best gift ever. I love it.
Go Team West Her.
Welcome back here to the BSN Public versus Private Girls Basketball Showcase hosted by St. Mary's High School. Right now we got the Full Court Hoops AAU team, their youngest girls out there, having a little scrimmage, but it is halftime here between the Sacred Heart Sharks and the Randolph Cardinals. We're all knotted at 31, still very much anybody's game at this point. Before we go too far, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Buffalo Sports Network, North Delaware Printing, Conquer Partners, Zito Movers, Premier Concrete and Landscapes, Frequency Group, the Kakala team of Hunt Real Estate, Full Court Hoops, as you can see there, as I mentioned, their youngest girls out there, and Timeless LLC. Now, for this game, all knotted up at 31. Randolph, they got down early, but were able to claw back in that second quarter. They were led by Skylar Harrington as far as scoring goes. 15 points and 3 made three-pointers. Zoe Dickerson chipped in 6 points. That was a big thing for this game for Randolph, is who was going to be those complementary scorers to step up with Peyton Morrison's injury. Well, Zoe Dickerson was the leading scorer outside of Skylar Harrington with 6 points. Gianna Bowles and Sadie Stewart each had 4 points, and Bowles deserves some special recognition for the defense she played, particularly in that second quarter, and Ryan Bushy had 2 points. For Sacred Heart, they were led by Anna Ratchuk. She had 12 points. Grace Katerina had 9 points, all courtesy of triples. Brooke Personius chipped in 4 points. Emily Bacon also had 4 points, and Brianna Bonvisuto had 2 points. So, Tim, as I mentioned, you know, Randolph got down early, but thanks to a lot of defensive pressure there, particularly from Gianna Bowles, they find themselves right back in this game. So at this point, it's anybody's game with the way this one's played out.
Yeah, really 2 for 2 so far in fun and close games. You know, of course, the first game was back and forth until the last few minutes there between Newport and Arden. And this game, of course, all tied up here. Like you mentioned, Sacred Heart really came out a house of fire. As the horn sounds for the younger girls in between games, in between halves here. But Sacred Heart came out and really took it to Randolph a bit over the first 8-10 minutes, pushing the pace, not bothered in the least really in the first quarter by the Randolph press. Was able to break that and get some easy looks at the rim and from beyond the arc. But Randolph settled in, made a few adjustments, putting Gianna Bowles at the top of their press and at the top of their half-court defense as she was able to generate numerous steals, transitioning into layups and drawing fouls on the other end. So I would look for Randolph to potentially, you know, try and work the ball a little bit more inside out. You know, obviously not known for their post presences in terms of finishing ability, but looking to free up some of their three-point threats. Of course, Harrington and Pence on beyond the arc to get a few more clean looks. The Sacred Heart side definitely, you know, got to keep up this great energy they've showed through 16 minutes throughout the second half to try and get a W here over a really high-quality opponent in Randolph. But like you said, should be anyone's game. Should be a really fun second half here here at the Public-Private Showcase.
The head coach of the Randolph Cardinals is David Pillblad. He's in his 4th season at the helm, and we mentioned it earlier, but they're coming off a tremendous season last year. They won 16 of their final 17 regular season games. They won the Chautauqua Cattaraugus Athletic Association Division I West title with a sweep of the eventual Section 6 Class B2 champion Southwestern to make them 10-0 in league play. Unfortunately, they fell 1 win short of the dream season as they fell to the Section 9 champions Millbrook in the state championship game. Been some roster turnover with them. They lost, Kyra Pence, who was a 1,000-point scorer, took her talents to SUNY Cobleskill, their women's basketball team after graduation. Caitlin Storer, who had a game winner for them last postseason. Harper Smith, but despite all of that, still have a tremendous young talent on this team, a lot of it, and they are moving in the right direction again this season. It's one of the big storylines from this year is if they can finish the job should they make it, as far as they did last year.
For sure. I mean, like you said, they were 1 game short of winning a state title to try, that would have matched their boys team who also made it and won the Class C state title on the guys' side last year. So it was a really, really awesome season if you're a Randolph fan last year. But they've going into the season, definitely had aspirations to get back or potentially go 1 step further. Of course, the Peyton Morrison injury, putting a little bit of a damper on that, but in my opinion, still have a squad with enough depth and quality to, have similar success at the local and the regional and potentially state level this year.
And the Sacred Heart Sharks, they are coached by Maria McGrath. She took over the varsity program at the start of the 2022-23 season. Before that, she coached JV at Mount St. Mary for 3 years, also coached AAU with Full Court Hoops, who we just saw for 2 years, and also coached high school volleyball and tennis, and was an assistant tennis coach at her alma mater, which is Damon College. So now 8 minutes on the clock here in this 3rd quarter. We are just about set to get things underway. It'll be Sacred Heart to start things off.
It looks like Randolph will come out of the break showing a man-to-man defense here.
Sacred Heart ball to start the half.
Here's Brooke Personius with it on the wing. Now gets a screen from Radchuk. Over to Bonvisuto. Now she gives it up at the top of the key. Radchuk now get it to the free throw line. Spinning inside, lefty layup off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, and the cleanup there, attempt by Bonvisuto doesn't go. So now here comes Randolph. Pence, kick out to Harrington, who is all alone in the corner and makes him pay.
Great effort from Pence there to go coast to coast and found a wide open Harrington for a 3. A couple of bites at the apple on the other end for Sacred Heart, the first possession, but just not able to get anything to fall.
Here comes Katarina, kicks it out to Radchuk. She pulls the jumper. That one is no good. Off the back iron and rebounded by Dickerson. Gets it up to Quinn Pence. Now here's Pence. Again, Harrington, same spot, same result.
Much better energy to start the 3rd quarter here for Randolph. Not only with those back-to-back Harrington triples, but on the defensive end as well. Really going over screens with their man-to-man defense. Boxing out well, and they open with a 6-0 run to open this 3rd quarter.
21 points, 5 threes now for Skylar Harrington, who's starting to find her touch, particularly beyond the arc. Now here comes Radchuk breaking into the front court. Here's Bonvisuto. Good contest coming from behind by Harrington. But it'll stay with Sacred Heart. Now Katarina tees up a triple and answers back Skylar Harrington.
Good find for Personius to find Katarina wide open at the top of the key there, and she buries it.
Here's Quinn Pence at the top of the key, gives it up to Gianna Bowles. Now they get it over to Sadie Stewart, back to Pence. And now Pence whips it underneath the basket to Harrington. Harrington probing, kick out to Pence. Now here's Pence over to Stewart, tees up the left wing triple. That one goes halfway down and out and is rebounded there by Emily Bacon. Now here comes Sacred Heart. Over to the corner, Katarina tees up the triple and knocks down another one.
Man, Harrington and Katarina going back and forth here. A pair for Harrington to start, and Katarina answers with a pair of her own, and we're tied back up at 37.
A three-point shooting clinic put on by those two players. Now there's a steal by Ratchuk, and here she comes, going to put on the burners, try to go coast to coast, and is going to be fouled right there by Sadie Stewart. So the aggressive take to the basket is going to result in 2 free throw attempt. No.
Wow, they actually called that a clean block from Stewart. That was a bang-bang call. It ended up being a great play from Stewart there to avoid foul.
Radchuk finds Bonvisuto. She takes one step to her right there and is able to convert on that bucket. Here's Pence, the bounce pass to Skylar Harrington. And obviously commanding a lot of eyes from that Sacred Heart defense is Harrington.
Sacred Heart showing a 2-3 here.
Here goes Pence inside. Her shot is blocked. Now fighting for the rebound is Stewart and Brooke Personius. It's going to be a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Randolph.
And once again, great composure by Bacon to avoid following the driver and get her hand on the ball to block.
Here's a kick out to Gianna Bowles. Now gets it down inside. Sadie Stewart going up for the shot, and she is fouled.
The announcer jinx there, praising Bacon a second ago, and this time she brings her hands down a little bit and fouls Stewart.
2 shots from number 20, Sadie Stewart.
Stewart's first free throw is no good. Score remains 39-37 in favor of Sacred Heart. And the second one is up and good. 5 points now for Sadie Stewart. It's a 1-point game.
Randolph again showing a press here. Bowles at the top.
They get it down to Emily Bacon, and her shot is good.
Good looking turnaround short jumper there from Bacon.
Here's Sadie Stewart, going to drive from the wing. Now dishes it off to Gianna Bowles. Didn't look like she was fully expecting that pass. Now they get it down to Harrington. Here's Harrington pivoting, puts it up and in.
Wow. Circus shot there from Harrington. She took a couple spinning pivot steps there and took a great step through and finish.
She's a three-point specialist, but don't get it twisted. She can jive down there in the paint as well, and did just that for the acrobatic improbable finish right there. Now has a chance to tie it with a free throw.
And again, just a freshman, but Harrington showing a wide variety of offensive moves and a threat from numerous positions on the court.
So we are knotted up at 41. Each team has scored 10 here in this third quarter. Here's Ratchuk. Now she's going to drive, kicks it to Personius. Now she's looking to drive baseline, dishes to Bacon, who has a wide open lane to the basket and converts on the little lefty runner.
More good ball movement from the Sharks.
There's a skip pass from wing to wing, and Harrington knocks it down.
Really in the zone now is Harrington.
Now 6 triples and 27 points for Skylar Harrington.
I believe she's already up to double figures in this third quarter. We're just not even 4 minutes through.
Here's Ratchuk to the rim, and the rim not being very friendly there as that one is going to rim out. Now here comes Randolph back the other way. Here's Harrington. Thought about letting it fly. Instead drives baseline, puts it in, and is fouled. It's a Skylar Harrington takeover here in this third quarter.
Yeah, just every possession here. She's getting the Randolph finding Harrington, and she's either hitting a three or driving strongly to the hoop if Sacred Heart is closing out, and Sacred Heart's going to have to try to make some sort of adjustment here to make somebody else beat them.
Harrington put up a career-high 35 points on November 29th in their 86-23 win over Panama, and she is right on the doorstep of that here in the third quarter. She's got 30 points.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing to do that in a sort of a blowout style win, but in a back and forth close game here, dare I say even more impressive thus far.
Pence commits a foul right there. So now Sacred Heart will inbound from underneath the basket, and a Ratchuk.
Randolph just starting to edge ahead here with a 2-possession lead. Let's see what Sacred Heart can respond with.
Here's Personius, kicks it out to Ratchuk. She'll tee up a triple off the front of the rim, no good, but they get the offensive rebound. Some nice big-to-big passing right there. It's Personius finding
believe
Brianna,
Bonvisuto.
yes, Brianna Bonvisuto, and she will head to the free throw line.
Number 15, Brianna Bonvisuto, shooting 2.
Sacred Heart's done pretty well thus far to complete some passes in tight windows, particularly in the paint.
First free throw is good. Puts it back down to a one-possession ball game. Bonvisuto, second one's good. Oh, it's a two-point game. Now quickly comes Randolph. This is Quinn Pence. Pence gonna drive, and the dish there looked like trying to get it in traffic to Dickerson. And then she tries to dive on the ball there to maintain possession. Efforts were in vain. It'll be Sacred Heart ball here.
Yep, possession goes back to Sacred Heart. They have a chance to tie and take the lead back here. Back and forth, third quarter.
Here's Bonvisuto out high, gets it to Brooke Personius. Now there's a nice little pick and roll executed to perfection as Bonvisuto finishes with the left.
Tremendous find there from Personius in the entry pass, and Bonvisuto another strong finish.
Here's Pence, gives it up to Ryan Bushy. Now over to Sadie Stewart, hands it off to Harrington. Harrington pulls up, and that one won't go down, and now the rebound. Whistle blows there as Ratchuk tried to hit the deck for that one.
Got to go on to Pence. Trying to prevent the fast break there.
Each team now with 3 fouls.
Neither team able to create much separation here. Back to a tie game.
Here comes Ratchuk trying to create some space for herself. Gets it up to Bonvisuto. Now back to Ratchuk. 10 on the shot clock here.
Sacred Heart's got to move here.
Here comes Personius driving inside, lowers the shoulder into Dickerson, and then lost it out of bounds. It'll be Randolph ball.
I believe the high official actually called a charge there on Personius. A little out of control, maybe.
Indeed, that's the 4th foul for Sacred Heart this quarter. Here's Pence. Now Harrington is fouled there, and sounds like to the Sacred Heart fans' dismay. Sounded like there's a lot of ball there, but they're going to get the foul instead. It's the 5th team foul on Sacred Heart, and that's going to put Harrington at the free throw line.
Yeah, strong drive there from Harrington on the curl. Bacon looked like she got some of the ball, but maybe also a little bit of the wrist as well. She exits and Zukowski comes back in.
First free throw good for Harrington. .214 left in quarter number 3. Harrington, second free throw is good.
Randolph now backs off, no press. They'll settle into a half-court man.
Katerina finds Bonvisuto. Now here's Brooke Personius, gets the screen. Now kicks it out up top. Over to Katerina. Now she's going to dish it down low. Now back out to the corner, and Ratchuk's going to try and drive. Forced to dish it back out to Katerina. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Ratchuk, has it from the wing. Now she's going to try and drive inside. Ratchuk in traffic, hits the deck there. She's trying to make her way to the basket.
Yeah, Randolph played really good defense there for about 27 seconds, but Ratchuk had a drive with the shot clock winding down and draws a bump.
So now she will inbound from the baseline here, Anna Ratchuk. Finds Bonvisuto. Her layup is no good, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Sacred Heart here.
Sacred Heart's ran that play a few times here in the third quarter to success, but Bonvisuto just had her shot altered there by Harrington.
Here's Ratchuk looking for somebody, gets it in. Now over to the corner, there's a contested 3, missed everything, rebound, and the putback attempt is no good, but a foul. That'll send Brianna Bonvisuto back to the free throw line.
Yeah, really strong activity, high level of of energy from Bonvisuto here in the third as she's been active on the offensive boards and draws another foul on Randolph and goes back to the line.
Bonvisuto's first free throw is good. And now this next one, not only if she makes it, will it put Brianna Bonvisuto in double figures, it'll tie the game. And she does. Now here's Harrington being guarded in the backcourt there by Katarina. Now she's going to dish it over to Sadie Stewart, tees up the three, a little bit of contact there after the shot. It's no good, but on the follow-up there, it is Zoe Dickerson.
Good position by Dickerson there on the weak side, that putback.
Underneath, Bonvisuto looking for Radchuk. That one's stolen.
Stolen right back by Sacred Heart.
And Radchuk with the dish and the finish. Bonvisuto.
Great hands by the Sharks, and once again we're tied with a minute left in the third.
What a barn burner this one has been. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Here's Skylar Harrington, the crossover on Katarina. Now gets it to the free throw line to Dickerson, and Dickerson just going to take it herself. And now this one batted around. Dickerson gets it back. Now kicks it out. Gianna Bowles is going to line up a three. That one is no good off the front of the rim. Dickerson with another offensive rebound, trying to back down now. Falls to the deck, and it looks like we're going to have a jump ball called here. It'll stay Randolph ball here. 34 on the game clock, 25 in the shot clock.
Things getting a bit testy here underneath the far rim. But no foul is called, just a jump.
It will be Quinn Pence here to inbound. And Pence bounces it into Zoe Dickerson. Now dangerous pass, but it finds Bowles. She tees up the triple. It's no good off the back iron, rebounded by Bonvisuto. And now with 27 seconds left in the third, the clock is stopped and a foul is called.
Yeah, looks like that'll be on Stewart, and Randolph over the limit, and Sacred Heart will walk all the way down the length of the court to shoot two. Looks like it'll be Bonvisuto again. Third trip to the line here in the last few minutes.
And what a third quarter she's had. Couple of made baskets, couple of free throws. She's sitting at 12 points right now. And knocks down the first free throw. So that'll put her in the team lead for points. Actually, I beg your pardon. She's 2 behind Grace Katarina. Katarina's got 15, 13 for Bonvisuto, and 12 for Anna Radchuk. Make that 14 for Brianna Bonvisuto. And now 27 seconds left here. Shot clock turned off. Randolph can hold for the final shot. Here is Quinn Pence. Gets it to Zoe Dickerson at the top of the key. Now over to Gianna Bowles. And she is fouled.
Yeah, that'll put Randolph at the line. Back-to-back fouls far away from the basket on either side here. And Bowles will try to have the game back up from the line.
Gianna Bowles yet to score in this third quarter. And it stays that way as that first free throw is off the front of the rim, no good. Second one for Bowles is good. 53-52 with about 10 seconds left here. There's a steal. Stewart finishes.
Randolph, after backing off the press most of the third quarter, puts it on late and pays the dividends with a steal and a layup from Stewart.
And now they're not even going to be able to get a shot off here as Sacred Heart to end the third quarter. So a timely use of the press there is going to allow Randolph to sneak out of this quarter with a 1-point lead. And I don't want to jinx them because I said this should be an interesting one in the last game. And then Newport ended up pulling away. But I would say, folks, if you haven't done so already, get your popcorn ready because this is looking to be an intriguing finish here. The end of this third quarter is brought to you by the U.S. Army. When we come back, we'll have an exciting fourth quarter in store between Randolph and Sacred Heart right here along Western New York Athletics.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.
Team West Her, together for the holidays. Open them up, boys.
Mercedes? BMW.
We thought the limit was 25 bucks.
This one's mine, right? Seriously? Club covers?
It's supposed to be all of us. They're handmade.
And the best gift ever. I love it.
Go Team West Her.
Welcome back here to the fourth quarter of the BSN Public versus Private Showcase hosted by St. Mary's High School. It's the Randolph Cardinals and the Sacred Heart Sharks. Randolph got the last word there in that third quarter. They lead it by 1 point here, heading into the fourth. And we'll see if they can hold on here. It should be an exciting final 8 minutes of play. Here's Brianna Bonvisuto, gives it up on the wing, now gets it back, and Bonvisuto, nice big-to-big passing there, and it results in the finish for Olivia Zablocki. The sophomore gets on the stat sheet right there, and the lead goes right back to Sacred Heart. Here's Sadie Stewart, hands it off to Harrington. She had a fantastic third quarter. Now driving inside, dishing to the corner. What ball movement here by Randolph results in the Sadie Stewart triple.
Like you said, great ball movement there. Stewart really not known for her three-point exploits usually, but that was a pure release and puts Randolph back in front once more.
Sadie Stewart now in double figures. She's got 10 points for the Cardinals. Now here's a drive inside, and the lefty finish is good for Brooke Personius.
Kind of a parting of the red Randolph C there. Personius with an easy lefty finish.
Here's Harrington, and she travels with it. Just a step inside the arc there, trying to make something happen. Gets dinged with the travel. Now coming right back to Sacred Heart. They move it over to the wing there. Now up to Brooke Personius, directing traffic. Gets it up to Brianna Bonvisuto. Now over to the top of the key, and this one is going to be dished off, driving inside, trying to create some space, kicked out, and now there's a deflection. Almost a steal. Now Katarina lets the three fly and knocks it down.
Makes use of the second chance on that possession after Bowles nearly had another steal at the top. Katarina with a pure triple.
Timeout called by Randolph at 6:17.
Well, Grace Katarina now has 18 points, all from triples. That's her 6th of the game, and it puts Sacred Heart back up 60-57 here with 6:17 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, coming into the season, you know, Grace Katarina, one of the main returnees from last season for Sacred Heart. Teams were keying in on her, you know, really heavily in some early season games, and she wasn't scoring as many points per game as some people would think, but that's really changed this game as she's found her shooting touch for sure. With, like you said, six threes. It's still over 6 minutes left in this game.
You mentioned to me, Tim, before the game that they had lost their 2 best players last year from Sacred Heart, so it's kind of a lot of complementary pieces stepping up into main scoring roles, and that's been exactly the case tonight. You look, it's been done by committee in this game. Katarina has her 18, Brianna Bonvisuto has 14, Radchuk has 12, Emily Bacon has 8, so they don't have, you know, someone like a Skylar Harrington that's just going to pop off for 30, but they've been getting it done by committee here. We've seen multiple different players step up for them, and obviously it's working out because they're on the right side of the scoreboard here.
Yeah, I mean, another strong really impressive effort from Sacred Heart. You know, another sort of similar to Nard and another team that's going to have to face a really tough MMA slate in scheduling up and playing a really strong Randolph team. But they are hanging there really well, and obviously more than hanging in. They have a 3-point lead in the fourth quarter. So
here is Sadie Stewart, hands it off to Gianna Bowles. Now here comes Harrington darting off a screen. Now they find Quinn Pence. She's going to drive baseline, puts it up with the left, and gets it to go.
Quick shot fake there from beyond the 3-point arc, and she finds the baseline and finishes from Pence.
That's her first basket of the game for Quinn Pence, but it's a timely one as it cuts the deficit down to 1. Now here is Sacred Heart with it. Back to Brooke Personius. That one's deflected by Dickerson, using the height there to her advantage. Now here's Harrington, the long outlet to Sadie Stewart, and dribbled the ball off her foot.
And unlucky there from Stewart as a great lead pass ahead from Harrington. Would have led to likely a bucket there to take the lead for Randolph, but an unfortunate carom from Stewart.
So now Sacred Heart has possession here. This is Brooke Personius at the top of the key. Gets it over to Katarina, able to keep it in. Now back out to Katarina, gets a screen. Now she's going to drive. The dish to Personius. Personius gets a screen, splits a little double team, working the ball around. Katarina knocks it down. Number 7 on 3-pointers for Grace Katarina. She's got 21 points. They're all on triples. Now Gianna Bowles going to try and answer right back. That one is short, but the rebound now kick back out to Bowles, and they get it to Pence. There goes Pence trying to drive, kick out to Harrington, gets a screen from Dickerson. Now Harrington looking to drive, and that quick first step is able to get to the rim and lay it in.
I was just going to say, Harrington hasn't really touched the ball on the offensive end much this fourth quarter, but she does there, and it's a nice step-through drive to finish and cut the lead back to 1 possession.
She is now 1 point shy of her career high. Sitting at 34 points right now is Skylar Harrington. Now here comes Grace Katarina. That one deflected around, but kept in the possession of Sacred Heart. Now there's a dish underneath the basket and kick out. Had a bucket right there, I thought, but electing to kick it out right there.
Turned around a little bit there.
That was
lucky.
Yep.
Good job by Pence, who's giving up about a foot in height. Found herself on Zablocki and made it a little bit difficult on her. And ends up in a turnover, ball back to Randolph.
4:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. Sacred Heart with the 1 point advantage. Or excuse me, 2 points, I beg your pardon. 1 possession. Here's Sadie Stewart with the dribble handoff to Skylar Harrington. Now Harrington seeing 3 defenders there at the top of the key. Kicks it out. Sadie Stewart for the triple. Missed everything. Ball out of bounds. And it'll go back to Sacred Heart.
Yeah, credit Sacred Heart for bringing the double team even at the top of the key there for Harrington to make her have to give up the ball, and Stewart kind of shot a off-balance quick 3 there.
Here's Anna Ratchuk. Gonna drive baseline. Ratchuk with the dish, looking for Personius. That's too far out of her reach.
That's found herself kind of in no man's land there at the short end line, and split her teammates and set it out of bounds.
Here's Sadie Stewart, hands it off to Gianna Bowles. Now Bowles gets it over to Pence. She lines up a triple from the wing, and that one's no good. Offensive rebound, Harrington looking. Looks like a foul called on the floor.
And just the first team foul for either side here in the fourth.
Katarina picks up the foul.
Looks like a timeout for Randolph. Oh, Sacred Heart rather.
Sacred Heart timeout. They have the 2 point advantage here in the fourth quarter. This timeout is brought to you by Leisure Accents. We will take a timeout with them. So when we come back, we'll bring you the rest of the fourth quarter here along Western New York Athletics.
Team West Her, together for the holidays. Open them up, boys.
Mercedes?
BMW. We thought the limit was $25.
This one's mine, right? Seriously? Club covers?
It's supposed to be all of us. They're handmade.
And the best gift ever. I love it.
Go Team Western.
Welcome back here. 3:22 left in the fourth quarter of the BSN Public versus Private Girls Basketball Showcase here at St. Mary's High School. It is Sacred Heart 63, Randolph 61. Almost tied it there off the inbound. Rebound Dickerson and tried to get it to Pence. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Randolph here.
Yeah, nice play drawn up by the timeout there by Randolph to get a clean look, but just would not fall.
Zoe Dickerson hands it off to Quinn Pence in the corner. Now finding Harrington, looking for some space to drive. Had that one poked away, but it goes right to Pence. Now Pence gives it up to Harrington. Harrington looking to drive, kicks it back out to Quinn Pence. Here's Pence, kicks it out to Gianna Bowles in the corner. She's going to tee up the triple. Oh, and it bounces out. And the rebound is taken by Sacred Heart.
Yeah, great find there from Pence, and Bowles had that one about halfway down and just came up.
Here's Katarina. Now they work it to Ratchuk. She lines up the top of the key three and couldn't get the shooter's bounce there, but the rebound is pulled down by Sacred Heart. Katarina, number 8, and she hits it.
Great offensive rebound by Bacon, and again, Katarina, just an inch of space is all she needs.
8th three-pointer of the game for Grace Katarina, 24 points. And now Randolph is going to turn it over. It's going to be Sacred Heart ball.
5-point lead for Sacred Heart there and possession.
Now up ahead, layup, lefty finish there from Emily Bacon.
Randolph, a miscommunication there, and Bacon found herself all alone in the paint.
Pence on the drive, flips it up and in.
And now a steal. Stewart steps in front of Katarina, and it looks like Sacred Heart fouls. Just 2 team fouls on Sacred Heart, none on Randolph this quarter. It may come into play shortly here if Randolph's going to need to foul potentially to stop the clock.
You can get it back down to a 1-possession game. Wide open under the basket is Stewart, and she can't get that one to go. Thought she might have been fouled. Now kick out to Harrington. That one is short, and the tip attempt is no good, and now still being fought for loose. And a timeout is called by Randolph. It is 68-63 here with a minute 57 remaining. That lead kind of ballooned up there for Sacred Heart, but then Randolph, they got the quick bucket from Quinn Pence here. They're going to need more where that came from, as well as a couple stops here late in the fourth.
Yeah, it got up to 7. Pence responded with the drive, then an immediate steal by Stewart, and Randolph had a couple looks really close right at the rim there. Couldn't get anything to fall. Would have potentially caught it at 3, but they do retain possession here. Still plenty of time, just under 2 minutes remaining.
For Sacred Heart, though, how about the senior, Grace Katarina? 24 points, all on triples. Her 8th make there was what got the lead up to 7. She has been fantastic tonight. Obviously, you know, coming into this game, a lot of the focus is going to be on Skylar Harrington with, you know, as good as she is as a 9th grader, already has an offer to play D1 from St. Bonaventure, but Grace Katarina right now is the one stealing the show.
Yeah, the seniors really, you know, had a breakout game, at least for this season, in terms of scoring. Like I mentioned, she was playing more of a facilitator role as teams were keying in on her early in the season, but she's been able to find plenty of space from beyond the arc in this one so far.
Out of that timeout, brought to you by Leisure Accents. Now here's Randolph. This is Dickerson being hounded underneath the basket, and it looks like she's fouled.
And just a 3rd straight really good play drawn up on the baseline out of bounds there. And just another clean look at the rim for Randolph, but again, they're unable to finish, but draws another Sacred Heart foul.
3rd team foul for Sacred Heart. Here is Quinn Pence, able to drive inside, kick out to Gianna Bowles, up top Sadie Stewart. Now Stewart finds Quinn Pence. She launches a triple. That one is no good. And now looks like that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Dickerson, who kind of tossed Brooke Personius aside there.
Yeah, Pence had an open look, but it was rather deep and was off to the side.
It's a 5-point game. It's Sacred Heart to inbound. The full court press coming out from Randolph. They forced a turnover at the end of the 3rd quarter like that. Almost got one again from Gianna Bowles, who has just been a pest defensively.
Yeah, Randolph likely going to show that press for the rest of the game here as they pays off again as they get another steal.
Force a turnover to Stewart. Harrington is going to drive and puts up the floater. It is good. Skylar Harrington. That's a new career high, 36 points for the freshman.
Great decision there to avoid not take the three and drive, and another steal.
Another one. Pence with the shot. It's no good, and now Personius comes down with it as it's a 3-point game here. Personius puts it up ahead. Now that one is going to be poked out of bounds there, away from Emily Bacon, but it's going to stay with Sacred Heart.
And really a hectic few possessions here on either end. Couple turnovers, couple deflections, but Sacred Heart has it here. 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Anna Ratchuk to inbound. Gets it to Bonvasuto. Now she skips it over to Brooke Personius, and she'll slow it down a little bit here. Gets doubled. Now working the ball around. Here's Ratchuk, tees up the triple. That one short off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound. Putback attempt is no good, and Bacon still has it. Now kicks it out. Ratchuk able to save it here as we're under a minute to play in the fourth quarter.
Shot clock is reset.
Ratchuk gives it up to Emily Bacon. They're going the wrong way here. Now Bacon is trapped, struggling with it, and they're able to almost force a turnover there as Ratchuk and Stewart collide there.
I believe they call the kick. Sacred Heart to retain possession, and I believe the shot clock will just stay at, resets it just back to 15 here, so.
Here's Katarina, gives it up to Ratchuk. Now she's looking to drive. The shot clock is winding down. They got to put something up. This one's knocked out of bounds by Pence. So they'll have 2 seconds remaining to throw something up here.
Yeah, great defense from Randolph. Entire possession. Again, just a one-possession game with Sacred Heart with a 3-point lead, and they're going to have to get something very quick here if they can get this inbounds.
Here's Personius to inbound, looking. Katarina heaves one, and that one is short, and it's a shot clock violation. So now it's going back to Randolph. It is a 3-point game here, 28 seconds remaining in the game. The shot clock will be turned off, so Randolph will hold for the final shot here and try and tie the game up. And I think if you're Randolph over on that side, it's pretty obvious who you're trying to scheme this one up for.
Yeah. So they'll take a timeout here and likely advance it into the front court. You know, still 28 seconds left here, so not necessarily necessitating a 3-point attempt. You know, if they can get something quick to the rim potentially on a dribble drive handoff that they've been trying to scheme up most of this game. That may be something they look for a quick hitter to cut it to 1, and then potentially play the foul game. Or again, you know, if you can get Harrington with any kind of an open look for a potential tying 3, that's probably going to be a top option for Randolph here. But just a tremendous game here. Kudos to the matchmakers for these first 2 games. Have been very competitive.
And speaking of the next 2 games, it'll be the Southwestern Trojans and the St. Mary's Lancers. And then after that, you've got the Lancaster Legends and the Nichols School Lady Vikings. And that'll be Tom Prince and Stu Boyer on the call for those games.
Yep, 4 more high-quality teams coming up. St. Mary's and Southwestern should be an interesting, another South Towns versus Erie County battle. But here we go, last possession.
A timeout brought to you by Leisure Accents. Now here we go. Randolph trying to at least tie the game here. And it looked like Quinn Pence
tiptoeing along the baseline there.
No,
I think
foul.
They called the foul, yeah.
The timeout called there by Sacred Heart. It was awful close. Thought she might have stepped out of bounds, but she does get fouled there. That is the 4th team foul on St. Mary's. Or excuse me, that's the school St. Mary's. That's the 4th team foul on Sacred Heart. I knew I was bound to do that at least once today. But 4th team foul. So now both teams will regroup here. 20.4 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. It's 68 Sacred Heart, 65 Randolph. And they'll have another crack at it here out of this timeout.
Yeah, Randolph will, again, inbounds from underneath the basket in the front court here. Get a second chance to draw up another play here. Still with a good amount of time, 20.4 on the clock, like you said. Still enough time that you don't necessarily have to get a 3 right away. You know, if you can get a a quick hitter right away to cut it to 1. Possibly something they'd look at here, still with over 20 seconds remaining in the game.
That timeout brought to you by Leisure Accents once again. And here we go. It'll be Quinn Pence to inbound from underneath her own basket here. 20.4 seconds remaining. Randolph trying to get back into the win column after yesterday's 20-point loss against St. Mary's of Lancaster. Here's the inbound, and it goes out of bounds there. Very inopportune time for a turnover as the pass was intended for Zoe Dickerson.
I don't know if it was a bit of miscommunication there as Dickerson flashed to the wing and ball just rolled out of bounds.
So another timeout called by Sacred Heart here. They're going to have to try and force a turnover here is Randolph. And then if that's unsuccessful, you're just going to have to play the foul game at that point.
Yeah, and that's where the lack of team fouls for Randolph this quarter may come into play. Is if they are unable to force that turnover, they're going to have to foul 4 more times, really. They still have 3 fouls to give here with just 1 team foul and 18.9 seconds remaining. So if they do have to foul 4 times, it's going to likely eat up a good deal of the clock here. So definitely be looking to try and force that turnover, which they have been successful with numerous times, especially on out-of-bounds plays.
Timeout once again brought to you by Leisure Accents. 18.9 remaining in the fourth quarter here. It'll be Sacred Heart's ball out of the timeout if you're just joining us.
And with that Sacred Heart timeout, they are able to advance the ball into the front court. So a bit more of a fortuitous position for the Sharks to inbound here.
Here we go. It'll be Katarina to inbound, being pressured by Dickerson, able to get it into Brooke Personius, and right away she's fouled by Zoe Dickerson.
Yeah, probably pretty close to the 5-second call there, but Katarina just able to get that in.
Now it'll be Katarina to inbound once again, being guarded by Zoe Dickerson. Here's Katarina looking and get it into Bonvizzuto, and she's fouled. Now we're down to 14.7.
Bonvizzuto did not have much space there to operate. Nearly trapped, but does draw the foul. Still 1 more foul to give for Randolph here, 14.7.
Here's Katarina to inbound, gets it into Personius, and she's fouled by Sadie Stewart.
2 more seconds off the clock. 12.7 now remaining, and Randolph, their next foul will put Sacred Heart to the line if they're unable to force a turnover.
Here's Katarina now from the baseline, gets it into Personius, and Personius running away there from Sadie Stewart, but now Stewart able to wrap her up and foul her.
Down to 10 seconds, 10.1 now remaining. Sacred Heart headed to the line to try and put this game to a 2-possession lead.
Shooting is number 11, Brooke Personius.
And that one is good. To make it a 4-point game. And that one is no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Gianna Bowles there, and it looks like a timeout called immediately.
A very quick whistle on the rebound. The coaches tend to notify the officials in this situation that they want to call an immediate timeout, but it was close to a simultaneous possession there, but Randolph is granted the timeout with 9.4 remaining.
So it's a 4-point Sacred Heart lead, 69-65 with 9.4 remaining in the fourth quarter. Don't necessarily need a 3 here if you're Randolph. If you're going to go to the basket for 2, you got to do it quick and then play the foul game after that. But don't necessarily need it here.
No, still a little bit of time, but again, we're under 10 seconds now. If you get a really quick 2, cut it to 1 possession, and then need Sacred Heart to miss at least 1 free throw in that case. But really at this point, probably the first decent shot you get, you probably have to put up here if you're Randolph.
It'll be Quinn Pence to inbound from this near sideline. Being guarded there by Zablocki. It's going to be a tall task, a little bit of a height disadvantage there for Quinn Pence. She is able to get it into Harrington. Harrington's got to pull something out here. Step back triple on the way. It is short, missed everything. Pence gets the rebound, and now they got to throw something up at the basket here. It is in vain, and that is it. Sacred Heart. The Sharks hold on for the 69-65 victory over the Randolph Cardinals, dropping them now a 2-game losing streak, and they fall to 500, 4-4 on the season.
Yeah, impressive victory for Sacred Hearts there to take on a really top small school in Randolph and come away with a victory.
So that is it, 69-65. Recapping the top scorers for both teams, Skylar Harrington led the way for Randolph. New career high, 36 points along with 6 made triples, but it wasn't enough. Gianna Bowles had 5 points, also a number of great defensive plays as well. 4 points for Quinn Pence, 2 for Ryan Bushy, 10 for Sadie Stewart, 8 for Zoel Dickerson. And now for Sacred Heart. They were led by Grace Katarina, 24 points and 8 triples. Also had Brooke Personius, 7 points, 12 for Anna Ratchuk. Brianna Bonvasuto had 14 points, 2 for Olivia Zablocki, and 10 for Emily Bacon. So, Tim, your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, again, just a really complete effort from Sacred Heart there. Getting contributions from up and down the lineup, of course, highlighted by the great shooting performance from Katarina, but some of the more role players played a very strong game, particularly in the paint. Both Bacon and Zablocki were strong. Defended well in the paint without fouling, and did a good job on the boards and all things from shots. And of course Harrington with just a tremendous effort, bringing Randolph back from an early deficit and even taking the lead. But Sacred Heart showed really good composure down the stretch. Didn't panic and really limited their turnovers against the Randolph press late, and were able to knock down a couple of late free throws and see this one out. So just a really fun game between teams that don't normally match up against one another.
So that's going to do it for us. We still have 2 games left to go, so stick around for that. But as far as this one, it is Sacred Heart 69, Randolph 65. For everybody in our broadcast crew, including camera operator Russ Battaglia, on-site technical producer Dana Gunther, our color man Tim Lindner, I am Tanner Saunders, saying thank you for watching and listening to this presentation of the BSN Public versus Private Girls Basketball Showcase hosted by St. Mary's High School on Western New York Athletics.